Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a long time. Life's been too busy, so I haven't really been making much. But today I've decided I wanted to make a video on making mutton curry again. The only difference is I've just come back from Sri Lanka, and while I was in Jaffna, I went to one of my mates' auntie's house and we ate there. And I can tell you, I've eaten mutton in the 38 years I've lived on this planet at a lot of places. And this mutton by far is on a different level. It was so nice. So I spoke to the auntie and got some of her curry powder that's freshly ground from Jaffna. Got a few other fresh ingredients from there as well, like cinnamon sticks and all that. So I want to make some mutton curry today with the fresh ingredients I brought back from Jaffna. And I really want to see if it does make a difference to what we do here with the local tango shops. Ingredients from here, which aren't so fresh. So yeah, let's see how it goes. So these are the main ingredients we need. Obviously the mutton with the bone. Make sure you get it with the bone because the bone gives a lot of flavor. I've stopped using garlic and ginger paste when I'm making curry because it takes a bit of time to grind the actual thing, but it makes a massive difference. So just put in that little bit of effort and get the real thing for ginger and garlic. Don't use the paste. Tomato, we got fresh cinnamon stick from Jaffna again. Unfortunately I forgot to get fresh curry leaves, but they should do. Onions, mustard seeds. Here I've got cumin, fennel seeds and a little bit of turmeric. This is our special ingredient from Jaffna. We've got the curry powder, and also this is a rachi tool that my dad made for me. He grinds up a few spices together. We put that at the end to give like a nice scent. So yeah, let's get started. Right, so once the oil is hot, the first thing I always do is mustard seeds, okay? The reason being is because mustard seeds only give out the flavor when it pops, and it only pops when it gets hot, so it needs to have the direct contact with the pan. And see, you can hear it popping straight away. And once that starts popping, throw the onions in. And now at a medium heat, I'm going to be letting this saute, because what a lot of people do wrong is they don't let this cook for long enough, and they start the curry, and at the end of the curry you might find pieces of onions. Now that means the onion's not cooked properly, so you want it to cook properly, so you need to let it caramelize. So put it on a medium heat, not too high so the onion burns. So on a medium heat, let this go for a few minutes and you'll see it caramelize. And once it starts caramelizing, we can start putting in the rest of the stuff. Right, so as you can see, this is how we need it. This is how we need it, in this texture, okay? And now we can slowly start adding the other things. As soon as the fennel and cumin goes in, you just get that aroma straight away. Tomato again, it's going to take a few minutes, because before we add the mutton, we want this to get all mushy and like pasty, so that it just gives us a nice cream gravy. So we'll let that cook for a little bit, and let's not forget to put in the main ingredient, which is garlic and ginger. Mix that all in, medium heat again, and let that cook for a bit, and we'll see how it looks in a few minutes. Right, so left that for a few minutes, and you can see this is the texture we want, a nice mushy creamy texture. And now the mutton's ready to go in. Let's put in the good stuff. before we do, don't forget your salt. I'm not going to say how much salt to put, it's salt to taste, so everyone has different preferences. So yeah, salt to taste really. I like my salt, so I check at the end and I'll add it in. Also, once you mix it in, just want to let that simmer for a bit and put some hot water on the kettle and add just a tiny bit at the start, because once the meat starts cooking, it's gonna give out its own water, so you don't want to put too much, just a tiny bit, and let it simmer in that for a little bit. And we're going to hold back on putting the curry powder. The reason being is, if you let the curry powder cook for too long, it loses its flavour. So it needs to be cooked just right. If it was chicken, I'd put it in straight away, because chicken cooks straight away. With mutton, it takes a bit longer to cook, so let's let this cook for about 10 minutes as it is. In 10 minutes we can check it again, and then we'll add extra water and curry powder. So for now, just let it sit like this for about 10 minutes. Right, so now you can see that the mutton's like partially cooked and we're ready, and you can see the water's actually gone up as well because it's come from the mutton. So now let's put in the good stuff, the Jaffna made curry powder. We like it spicy, so we're going to be quite generous with it. Basically the final step really, just one more step after this at the end. But once this mixes in, you just need to let it cook. Right, we'll let this cook and we'll get back to this review in about, the curry powder normally takes about 40 minutes to cook, so we'll check it in half an hour. Right guys, so as you can see, nicely cooked, and we've got a nice dark red colour, which is what we want. Just the final ingredients before we turn this off, a tiny bit of ratitu. This is just powder that's made out of like cardamom and all these other kind of spices ground together. It gives a nice scent. You just put this at the end. It doesn't really need to cook. It's just to give it a nice flavour. Not flavour actually, it's like an aroma. So if you cook it for too long, that goes. So you normally put this right at the end before you turn the stove off. And yep, that's it. That's done now. Let's present this on the plate. So here's the completed curry, guys. Let's see. Nice and creamy. Let's serve this. I can't wait to eat this. And here's the complete stuff. Right, so here's the production. Let's see how it is. Some cream, some of that mutton, a bit of egg. I reckon you take me. Thank you. Definitely better than the shelf curry powder that we get here. Very nice. But you know what? I don't want to blow my own trumpet. Next time you guys come over, I'll cook for you.